It almost sounded like he had some sort of demonic warfare going on inside of his asshole, because what I heard was... Normally, I don't have to start my videos with one of these disclaimers, but don't try this at home, kids, because if you do, it's probably considered animal abuse. I did this accidentally, so I don't think it's animal abuse. But if you do it yourself intentionally, it's bad deals. So don't try this at home, kids. Now that we got that out of the way, I had a little Yorkie dog a couple years back, right? And his name was Scrappy. He was a pretty good dog, but he ended up in our kitchen one day, and I was making a sandwich, and I had some of those famous Dave's Wilbur's Revenge spicy pickles. Pretty spicy, little coin-shaped pickles. They were pretty darn good, and I put them on my sandwich, and I'd put a little bit of the juice on the bread, and it was delicious. I was making my sandwich one night, and a pickle rolls off onto the ground, and as it does, the Yorkie comes running for it. Before I get down there to grab it, the Yorkie grabs it up with one bite and eats the damn thing. Just gone. Immediately. Just gone. But then I noticed the Yorkie doesn't move. He takes like 2 or 3 steps after this and just freezes in place. It's almost like, you know, if you're playing red light, green light as a kid and you stop, freeze in place. That's exactly what he did. He was walking and he just froze in place, 1 foot off the ground, and that foot just slowly went to the ground, and his tail that was wagging slowed down to just like, I don't know, maybe 40 beats per minute. It's like a metronome that's like running out of batteries or whatever, doing that thing. That's it. That's all the movement we got. He's blinking, tail. That's it. His foot went slowly to the ground, and he's just standing there. And after 15 minutes, I'm like, oh no, I think we might have killed the dog because he's not moving. After 30 minutes, we're pretty convinced we killed the dog. And after 45 minutes, I pick the dog up and he doesn't move. His legs just go straight up in the air as I'm like moving him around. You can move him any direction you want, and he's just like there, right? It's weird. It's completely weird. Then as I'm like moving him around, his stomach started making weird noises. It almost sounded like he had some sort of demonic warfare going on inside of his asshole, because what I heard was... That's what that Yorkie's butt sounded like. It was weird, to say the least. I set him back down on the floor, and we just kind of stood back and watched. Now, what I should have done right here is grab the camera, but I didn't know what was coming next. Had I known what was coming next, that camera had been out, and I'd be a millionaire by now watching this thing on YouTube or whatever, right? The noises stopped very, very quickly. And it's like one of those scenes from the movie where you see, you hear this weird noise growling or whatever, and then it stops. And when it stops, in the movies, you're just trying at that point to wait for something to jump out at you. Something big's coming. The action's about to happen. The action that we saw is not some action that I would have ever expected, because there was this greenish yellow poop flying out this dog's asshole in a perfect V shape that's filling up right behind him all the way up to the kitchen cabinets, and then like a half moon over the kitchen cabinets of dog shit. And one spicy pickle that had only blew about maybe 8 inches after it came out of his butt and landed on the ground completely whole, undigested. At which point he turns around and starts moving. And I'm like, don't you eat this thing again, because this dog is heading for this pickle like, I'm going to do this again. Well, he didn't. I got him out of there in time. We cleaned it up. A couple days later, I'm making sandwich again, doing the same thing, and another one of these pickles rolls away. And as it's laying on the ground there, the Yorkie comes running towards it, and I'm diving down there. I'm not doing this again. Like, that was a mess to clean up, and it ain't happening. I don't get the Yorkie in time, and he walks right up to it, sticks his nose down to it, sniffs it twice, and just walks away like, nope, not doing that one again. I guess he did learn his lesson. What's the craziest pet story you got? Your dog ever eat something it shouldn't? Let me know in the comments. That's all I got. Have a good one, y'all. Be good.